I've heard about Georgia Tech's programs for a while. Like, of course, how renowned they are for CS and these things.
Mm.
But the main thing was, I was first year of college, right? I was at UCF or University of Central Florida. Georgia Tech, I had
Okay.
gotten accepted via the guaranteed transfer program, and I was thinking, okay, you know what? Of course, it was the best college I got into, or at that time. So I was definitely prioritizing, like, okay, I definitely want to go there. And I visited the campus. I love the place. It just feels a lot better. Like, as being from Florida, it's super hot down there. The campus is really
Mm.
nice. It's not humid. Well, it's humid like sometimes it rains, but compared to Florida, it's a very big difference. I was like, you know what?
Mm.
I like the place. Like, it has a very interesting vibe. It has a going to the CS buildings. They have a hallway where the windows pavings are literally all coated with binary. I don't know if like if it
Oh, wow.
actually translates to something, but these like nerdy details like that, I really do
Mm.
enjoy the vibe. And so I went to UCF first year, and I realized that there's a lot of opportunity missed that I missed while at UCF that other students that who are at Georgia Tech first year get to have. For instance, at UCF, you cannot do research until you're a junior,
Oh.
where most professors don't accept you until you're a junior.
Oh, I see.
And so it was difficult. Like I was literally going around asking like other people, do you know of like this research experience or this or that? Um, there's like this honors thesis program you can
Mm-hmm.
apply for, but you have to be a part of the honors college, and that takes like a year. You have to wait like an extra semester before you can apply again. It's all sorts of stuff that you have to wait till later.
Mm. I
Um,
see.
but at Georgia Tech, immediately when come in, you there are all these different research opportunities. We have an entire workshop at the
Wow.
beginning of the semester before school starts that talks to you about like, okay, what are some of the things you could do for research right now as a freshman? You don't have to wait. You can get straight into it. And they tell you all these things like VIP, the one I was part of, can do Pura or just even independent study. Like get a professor, propose your own topic, get it
Mm.
approved, and boom. All these different things that we definitely did not have at UCF. So on top of this, with how versatile the CS major is, with we have I think eight different tracks here at Georgia Tech, where it's specialization
Oh, wow. Okay.
threads as they call it. You get to choose two of them out of the eight that you want to like focus on. And UCF, we didn't really have that. You just take certain classes. There's no really like specific thread with all the classes that you can go down. And then when you graduate and go into a junior, or before you graduate and go into junior year, like you're taking every single one of these classes of a bunch
Mm.
that fall into which category that you want to specialize in. So a lot more variety and definitely a lot more opportunity before. And that was like the main kicker. I was like, yeah, I want to go there for sure.
Wow. Wow, that is quite interesting. And what do you hope to achieve at Georgia Tech? And how do you plan to maximize, the opportunities and the resources that you have there?
Honestly, it's pretty simple. I just want like good academics, good grades, good research, and get a good job in the future. It's actually pretty simple. I don't feel like I have to do something super groundbreaking or even none that really matters to me. It's not just making sure that I don't regret missing out on an opportunity. It doesn't have to be big or small. I just if I ever feel regret that I should have done this or that by the time I graduated, then that means I haven't done a good job in college. Because in
Mm.
high school, there were times where I realized I should have done this club, I should have done this competition because I was able to, but I didn't. Or I should have done better in class because, or I didn't do this. So honestly, that's pretty much it. Like it's a very simple goal, really.
Mm. I see. I see. 100%. I completely agree with you. And how do you think Georgia Tech stands out from other colleges with its, unique computer science degree with eight threads, as you mentioned?
Definitely the connections and the location as well. So in literally in the middle of we're in the middle of Atlanta, like in the city. There's so many companies around us. A very big corporation. Coca-Cola's satellite campus for Google.
Oh,
Microsoft
wow.
satellite campus is also here. NCR for NCR was like I think they're mainly responsible for handling the self checkouts at a lot of
Mm-hmm.
supermarkets. And there's so many other companies here in Atlanta. That's and because of that, like even Delta headquarters is here in Atlanta, and Porsche also has like another satellite company here too.
Oh wow.
And Chick Fil A is also the headquarters here. So because of this, our career fair is pretty stacked. Like a lot
Mm,
of these companies come here during our career fair, just looking for students. And
I
I feel
see.
that if you go, certainly when I went to UCF's career fair, like we didn't really have this extent of all these places, all these opportunities. It's a lot more of a smaller company, which is definitely good because those are you can definitely it's definitely easier to get internships. But with how much demand that we have as like Georgia Tech students to these people, it's not difficult for like I know like one of my friends who got an interview with Chick Fil A like on after right after the day of the career fair, just shooting a shot,
Mm-hmm.
talking with them, adding them on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So just being in the center of all things and having all of these like people come to us is a huge plus. And
I see.
combine that with all the academics and opportunities, then you get like this college like package as a whole.
Mm, that's quite nice, being in a city center as well, with a lot of tech companies around you, especially for a tech university, gives you a lot of different opportunities.
Definitely.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And what advice would you have to, students who are interested in such competitive tech programs?
Um, Honestly, the only advice I can give is just if you feel like you want to do something, um, but you don't know if it's like the right choice, then
Mm-hmm.
honestly just go for it. In high school, like there are many things like I definitely should have done that would have made it so probably I would have gotten in first year of Georgia Tech instead of transferring. I should have done
Mm,
better with my academics for sure. I should have done more tech related extracurriculars,
okay.
and I definitely would should have learned coding a lot sooner because first year of
Mhm.
college learning coding is a lot more difficult when all my other peers already know it, and the classes are hard, and
Mm,
if everyone around you already knows coding but you don't, then you're the only and you do bad on an exam, then that just means it's your issue. Like you can't really blame it on the class itself.
right.
So do things early, learn like start planning ahead. Like, okay, what do you want to do really? For me, if I wanted to do CS and if could go back in time, I would tell myself, okay, like start learning coding a bit earlier. Like, pick any language, just learn how it works, get it down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Prepare for like what's another thing? Interviews. Learn how to talk better. Learn how to present yourself in front of other people,
Mm-hmm.
and just keeping an eye out for
Right.
or be super active. Keep an eye out for all the things happening at your campus or your community. Think, okay, what can I do with? There's this event happening. What can I do, or what can I make use of it? What are some things I can get out of it if I were to attend this? Think about that, and then plan ahead from there.
Right.
For like instance, if it's a club, then all right, if I go to this club, what is a meeting like? Are the people super involved? Is the officer like planning it well? Well, if not, then I could become really involved in this club. Maybe get into an officer position, change the club from the inside out, and
Mm,
make it bigger than what it was originally. And that already like makes you stand out for all the people. It's just taking initiative, really wanting to like see changes happen in whatever you do. So that's the best advice I can give. Keep an eye out and just stay ambitious, really. But also knowing your limits. Like never ever push yourself too far. I had a time where I did, and feeling burned out really slowed me down
mhm.
from doing work.
I see. I see. Okay, so thank you so much for that valuable advice. I feel like what you said is quite important and it's quite true as well. So, 100%, for it's going to be helpful for all our audiences watching. So, thank you so much for that. Um, Lastly, before we end off this interview, I have one small favor to ask from you. So, we are GSEO. We are mainly a research based organization. We publish our own scientific research papers. So, we're a team of three, and we're looking for other students, university students as well, if they're willing to publish their own research papers on our website. So, I wanted to ask you, would you be interested in doing that, even if it's uncompleted?
I would have to talk with my teammates about that. I'm not too
Okay.
sure, but personally, I would be definitely interested. Definitely more. you know, the more out there we get with this paper with this information, the better, of course. So
Okay.
I'll have
All
to
right.
like follow up with everyone's permission and stuff because it is a team effort. We did
All right.
work on this together. If it was my own paper, 100%.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Z. It was a pleasure talking to you. I really, really enjoyed our
Likewise, thank you so
conversation.
much for talking
Thank you
talking to
for
me too.
beautiful answers. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. See you soon.
See you soon.